All right. So we are here with our second Tell Your Migraine Story journey, which, we're excited about here at Amia. Obviously, a lot of us deal with migraine on a day-to-day or maybe week-to-week, month-to-month basis, and just trying to create awareness around this challenging disease that we all deal with. So I've got Jen here. Jen is one of our longtime customers, which I'm really excited to chat with you today and kind of hear your story. It seems like both of us are actually going through a migraine as we speak. So, I appreciate you still jumping on. But yeah, I would love to hear your story, how long you've been getting migraines, what it's kind of how it's impacted your life and how often you get them, and kind of go from there.
Well, I've had migraines when I was younger, and then, I got married, had kids, and they kind of went away. And then in 2021, I actually got vertigo, and I didn't tie it to my migraines. For a while, I kept on having vertigo, whatever. And then last year, they linked my migraines to my vertigo, and I got diagnosed with vestibular disorder and migraines.
Yeah.
And they all linked all together. And I was like, okay. And it ramped up really fast and everything. But weather is my biggest trigger. So, of course, we're heading into cold season. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been in migraines pretty much every day for the last 2 weeks.
Where do you live? I'm sorry to hear
in
that.
Maryland.
Maryland. Okay. So is it typically when it gets a little colder and it goes from heat to cold is when you see it trigger?
Typically, or rain.
Rain.
And it's the rain. To start like either the rain or snow. But once it settles, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's just that there's a lot of wind right now, and the changing pattern and the barometric pressure is a lot.
Yeah.
So last year was a lot worse, and I seem to have a little bit managed it better. I made some diet changes, definitely a lot more lifestyle changes.
Yeah.
I found your products, which were a huge lifestyle change for me. They're here.
Great. Love it. Awesome. You're enjoying them.
I love these.
Yeah. That's great to hear. What other lifestyle changes did you make?
I did the elimination diet.
Yeah.
Last year in the beginning of this year, and I cut everything out.
From the book Heal Your Headache. So did you read that book and you just said, I'm cutting all of that?
No fast food.
Yeah.
The only fast food is Panera.
Yeah.
And that's one thing on the menu.
Got it. What is that one thing?
The barbecue chicken, and I take the apple cider vinegar and put it on the side.
Yeah.
And I change out the bread. I change out everything on it.
Yeah.
And put everything on the side, and then come home and put a little bit of that apple cider vinegar barbecue on it, because I can do it with just apple cider vinegar, and that's okay. But that's it.
Interesting. So how much has that, since you started doing the elimination diet, how much has that impacted the frequency of your headaches? Have you seen that go down?
So through the summer, I was doing great. I do better in the summer, spring.
Yeah.
It was great. Like I was probably down to maybe 5 or 6 a month. Everything I did the elimination diet. I did vestibular rehabilitation. I'm in vestibular rehabilitation therapy as well, because I have the balance problem as well and dizziness. I also do that. I also vitamins, the magnesium. They just upped my riboflavin last week because they were like, you're still having too many migraines. So we've been switching out all my vitamins still. And I just tried a new vagus nerve stimulator, and that seems to help with my sleep too.
Interesting. Yeah, sleep, anything that can help with improved sleep, because sleep is a big one.
Yeah.
we don't realize, but we got to get good sleep.
Yeah.
So how often, it sounds like it lowered to 5 to 6, which is still,
It's
what is
still
that? Still a lot,
a lot.
right? It's still
Yeah.
a lot. So how many were you typically getting? Was it,
15 to 20 a month.
wow. So you're definitely chronic. Were you on any preventative medication? You were on some
Yeah.
preventative?
So I take twice a day Topamax. So that's my maintenance, but that
Yeah.
also keeps my vertigo at bay. I haven't had vertigo since I got diagnosed.
Yeah.
But I still have my dizziness and my imbalance. And then I still have like triptans. I
Yeah.
still take the triptans, and I've been taking those daily. I've been trying to keep it bay, but I'm ready for it right now.
Yeah.
But I've been using a heat pack and an ice pack right before I got on this. I had an cooling ice pack right across the forehead here, and everything. And I had a heat pack right here. I have my migraine glasses here because I work and I look at a screen
Yeah.
all day. And
Yeah. You got to have it. You got to have all the tools,
electrolyte
right?
here.
Yep.
My homemade electrolyte here.
Yep.
And then your cookies are here. And I just
Yeah.
got away from like eating a bunch of fruit and
Yeah.
vegetables and whatnot because
Yeah.
I make all my meals myself.
Yeah. Wow. So it sounds like, it's obviously impacted your life, and it's definitely a challenge, right? So what do you do for work, and how have you navigated kind of, maintaining your work, your career with living with migraine?
So my work is pretty flex. I work from home remotely. And my job is somewhat supportive of it. I had to get FMLA
Yeah.
and have it documented that they pretty much told them it's a full-time disability, that I would have this chronic disability for life, and that will they accommodate me. The pluses are is I work for a major medical institution, and they're very accommodating, and I can work 100% remote right from here.
Yeah.
The minuses is I've lost a lot of friends along the way.
That's really tough.
I have anxiety going out that door, and
Yeah.
I've picked up a therapist along the
Yeah.
way as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get migraines enough that I cancel, or I don't go out the front door as
Yeah.
often as I should. But I push myself sometimes.
Yeah.
I take my triptan, and I'll try to go out for an hour or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know that's difficult. I mean, it's tough. It's always on the back of my mind. I don't get them quite as frequently as you do, but whenever I have a big event or I have something big coming up, I'm always nervous about it because I'm like, what if it happens? And for me, like, I get such bad aura that I can't see anything. And my aura went away from the migraine an hour and a half ago. It usually lasts like a half hour, the aura. But I can't look at anything. I can't do anything. I have to be in a dark room or else it's gonna expand and get worse. So it is anxiety provoking for sure. And it impacts friendships. And I know I've had to cancel, but on, important things, or even just going out for dinner with somebody. So I definitely sympathize with that and with you. And but I'm glad that you're, doing everything you can to take control of the things that you can control, right? It seems to me like you're really, leaning into the things that you can control, which is all we can do, right? So
I told him, I was like, I can't control the weather, but I can control everything else.
yeah, that's exactly right. Well, how did you first come across Amia? And I'm curious because I know you've been, obviously eating the product for a while. I've seen your orders, and what did you like remove something else from your diet and replace it with something? Just curious how you use the product.
I was looking for a snack is what happened. And I I was on Instagram and I was like looking for something else because I'm a nibbler. Because I sit here and I'm looking for something to nibble on. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't eat anything here anymore. I'm like, there's no snacks. And I'm like, there's got to be a snack that I can eat.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then I came across your thing and I'm like, oh, I'm ordering this. This looks good. And then I'm like, oh, I like these. I'm subscribing. So then everybody's like, what are you eating? And then I started sticking them in my bag. And I'm like, I'm bringing this everywhere I go because my youngest is on the spectrum and he likes it. So
Good.
I was like, he's not so much the texture, but he'll eat it in a pinch. So it's like, he's like, what do you got in your bag, Mom? And I'm like, have a cookie.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm ordering these. And then recently, she's one of my analysts. She's like, what are you eating? And I'm like, oh, and she has migraines. So she just ordered one of your variety packs.
Oh, nice. So, great. Thank you. Thank you.
So she's like, oh, I'm going to try them. I'm willing to try that. I promote to my analyst. So
and
everything. So I was like, I like these. But then you sent me the new formula that you had.
Yeah.
I like that better.
You like that better? Well, we're working on it. I definitely want to get that launched as soon as possible.
But I know some people can't do the monk fruit. So
yeah. The doctor said it was okay because it is a natural sweetener. It's not one of the artificial ones. And we use just a tiny bit. You don't need a lot in it to overcome the sweetness. So we dropped the brown rice syrup and agave to lower the sugars. Yeah. We dropped the oat flour as well, and we supplemented that with a little bit of a little extra coconut oil, and then a little bit of pumpkin seed protein to give it some more protein.
Yeah.
So I love it. I'm still tweaking a few different things on it, and I got to get the packaging. So a little behind the scenes stuff. It takes a lot longer than I want.
Because I was like, man, I can't wait till the other one comes out.
I know.
Yeah, these are fine. I'll either or. But
yeah. No, trust me, I'm working on it. But these things take a while. I wish it moved faster. But I'm doing some testing in a week and a half on it again. And then I'm actually making some tweaks there's a few things I'd actually love your feedback. So we could do this on so people can hear it, but I'm thinking about actually changing the bar from a circle round kind of cookie shape to more of a bar shape. Okay. I think there's a little confusion around it, and curious to get your thoughts. Like, to me, it's not a cookie. It is a functional bar, but it's shaped like a cookie, right? So it would be the same formula. It'll taste the same. But I think for new people who think, oh, is it extra sweet or is it a treat? I want them to know, like, this is like a doctor approved, neurologist approved product. I don't think cookies really align with that too well.
That's true. I mean, it's all about visual. So for me, the cookie works because it's a snack. Yeah. And to me, I want to eat a cookie, even though it's not a super sweet snack. To us, a cookie is as sweet as we're going to get. It would be a snack. A bar.
Yeah, true.
You almost want, I don't know. For me, a bar would be more like a brownie.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, that's true. What if it was like square? What if it was this shape, but just square?
That would be fine.
Something like that. That's what we're thinking. But we're thinking about making some tweaks. There's some stuff that, I'm thinking about. Obviously, the product is the promise we always have is that our neurologists and our registered dietitians look at everything that we do to make sure that, they're kind of signing off on it. So that's always there, but we're making some small tweaks, but all these things take a while. So.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course. But cool. Well, I really appreciate you sharing. Is there anything else you want to share about your journey and anything else that maybe we missed?
Just that a migraine's not a headache.
Yeah.
That this is a chronic, lifelong disease that we all have, and that we don't, we just don't perform at high expectations all the time that we're just managing as best as we can and just to bear with us.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying our best.
That's great advice. It is. It's something that most people who don't get it, they don't understand it. And it's a lot of education and learning that we have to provide to the rest of society because they don't get it. So
they don't get it. No.
Yeah. And it's not publicized the way that other diseases like diabetes or other things are. I feel like it flies under the radar for some reason.
It always does.
Yeah.
And the more we talk about it, I find I get a lot of eye rolling. I get a lot of eye rolling now. Like, okay, whatever. And
that's terrible.
Yep. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, it is what it is. And if you don't like it, you can move on. Now I know who my friends are and who are not my friends now.
Right.
It is what it is.
Exactly. Well, that's good. I'm proud of you for all the stuff you're working on and doing for yourself. And it sounds like you've made some strides in getting, your frequency down, which is great. And keep up the good work and appreciate your time today, Jen.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
So I just stopped the recording so we could, I should mention that before I'll close it out. Cause this is the second one I've done. I'll mention I'll say bye, but we don't have to hang up right away.
Okay.
So cool. Well, I appreciate you doing this and sharing. Like, to your point, I think just us putting this out there, it allows people to see it and hear it and talk about it. So that's really what our intent is.
Yeah. And I figured that's what it was. And the more people that hear that, I'm just, the average person that is just trying to manage this new whole lifestyle.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've got a lot of things under control and doing as well as you could possibly be doing. So congrats on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
thanks for reaching out about this.
Of course.
It's not something that I typically do, but I was like, I need to put it out there, and this was something simple that I could do from here and not go someplace.
Well, I appreciate it. I'll probably have it posted either later this week or early next.
Okay.
And I don't know if you follow us on Instagram. Hopefully you do.
Yeah, I do.
You'll see it. And then I'm happy to tag you if you want to send me your handle.
I could send it. It's always stuck in traffic. That's me.
Okay. Do you want to just email that to me?
Yeah, I'll email it to you.
Yeah. And then I can tag you in there.
Okay.
Cool. Well, if you need anything, let me know. You've got my email and I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, Jen, take care. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.